afternoon, everybody. 6:30 a.m. on this Thursday. It's August 14th. I'm Michael Gargiulo. Darlene Rodriguez has the morning off. Adelle Caballero tracking some commuter alerts for us on a Thursday. Starting before us, Maria LaRosa here with what an interesting morning we've had, Maria. It's like nice, not nice, nice. Hey, there's the city.
Yeah,
see it.
There it is. In a nutshell. Back to you. It's a lot of humidity. We got some fog. What we don't have is any the showers and the thunderstorms. So nothing to track in that department yet. But as Michael mentioned, it kind of looks nice here. We've got that sun coming up, a lot of haze because of all that humidity. I'm going to start there because that's one of the more immediate weather factors today. You may have to consider the fog, and especially pretty dense here. You got Poughkeepsie now to about a quarter-mile visibility that wraps around through Sussex County, central Jersey as well. Starting to see a little bit of that reduced visibility in parts of Fairfield County. Otherwise, dry skies for now. We got 73 muggy degrees at Central Park, 70 in Sussex, Freehold now at 71, Islip and Massapequa, East Hampton in the low 70s. There is a chance by this afternoon of a few spotty showers and storms, and you can kind of see not everywhere and probably not the intensity that we had yesterday. With that said, grab the umbrella just in case. Hot and humid, 85 degrees by 1 o'clock, headed up to 88, but it'll feel like the low 90s. All right, 6:30, almost 6:31. Adele, what are you keeping an eye on?
Oh, we've got a few things going on. Let's start things off here in Queens. We have been keeping an eye on this crash on the Cross Island Parkway southbound by exit 2060. We're now starting to see delays pick up on the northbound side, so we're keeping a close eye on that, seeing if something may be brewing through the area there. We'll, of course, keep you updated on that. Live look outside here onto the Hamilton Bridge. Bridge itself is looking good, but on the Jersey side of the George Washington Bridge, on that lower deck, we do have an accident there, and that's blocking a lane as well. Also watch for a stall, Turnpike southbound Western Spur by exit 16W. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you so much. Let's go back to Maria and her cameras. I think it looks a little better now.
Yeah, we've got the sun trying to get through, and it's looking a little brighter. Still have a layer of that haze and low clouds, so fog's a more immediate issue. Keep the umbrella handy, a chance for showers and storms, but you can see the next few days, drier skies, slightly lower humidity, and yes, finally cooler for a pretty long stretch into next week. So I'm going to break it all down for you coming up in the 10-day.
Thank you so much.
Heading a little further east here, we've got police department activity causing delays here on the westbound side of the LIE between exits 51 and 50. Coming up in a few minutes, we've got an update for you on those issues on the Cross Island Parkway. Let's take a live look outside right now, though, onto the Mario Cuomo Bridge. Michael?
Adele, thanks so much. Remember, you can now watch Today in New York at 7 a.m. Live local news continuing wherever you stream News 4. Let's check in with Maria. Focusing again, Maria, on the rain.
Yeah, we up until yesterday, we were running at one of the drier starts to August that we've seen on record. We made up a little bit of time there with 0.71 inches of rain officially there at Central Park. Still behind as far as average to date goes with rainfall. And I do think we'll have more dry days, rain-free days going forward. And that's certainly the case into next week. So I'll time it all out for you. And speaking of August, the month, it's Leo season, by the way, and for our Clear the Shelters pet of the day, this is Leo, 10 months old at Shepherd Mix. If you think Leo can fit into your family, get that camera up there and scan this QR code. We are told he is a sweetie, affectionate, playful, chill, great with kids, and if you happen to work from home, is also a great work from home buddy because he just wants to hang out with you all the time. So hopefully you can find a forever home for sweet Leo. All right, we've got a beautiful view via Earth Cam of that sun coming up. Great for everybody. Maybe that ferry ride this morning. We've got 73 degrees out there now, that high dew point. It is humid out there. So we do have a chance, not just for that heat and humidity to build up again today. It'll feel like the low 90s, but also a chance for a few isolated showers or thunderstorms, not as widespread as yesterday, but obviously for the afternoon, especially central South Jersey, for example, a much better chance to pick up some wet weather today. And then by tomorrow morning, dry skies. We take a little bit of that humidity out, just a little bit, but it remains pretty warm into the weekend, especially on Sunday. We'll call it hot and humid again with that next boundary coming on through by Sunday into Monday, and that does make a big difference, lower humidity and lower temperatures. Quick check on Tropical Storm Erin. It's still a tropical storm. We have the forecast continuing on its westward track. Major hurricane by early on Sunday. Notice Puerto Rico remains out of the cone. That's the forecast for the center. We'll keep an eye on anything else that could affect Puerto Rico or the East Coast in the coming days. 88 degrees out there for this afternoon. It's a hot one. Then 73 degrees overnight tonight. We'll see near 90 on Sunday after that. no sign of 90. We look like a nice little stretch of near 80 for the rest of next week. All right, 6:47 now. Adele, what's going on?
We've got a few things going on. Quick update here on the Cross Island Parkway. That earlier crash on the southbound side, that's cleared out. But now we have an accident northbound over by exit 26B for Linden Boulevard. This one's causing some pretty heavy delays in pockets. So definitely give yourself some extra time. You could also hop onto the Clearview Expressway instead. That's a delay-free ride right now. Here's a live look outside now onto the Hamilton Bridge. Both ways, traffic moving along just fine. You do want to keep in mind, though, if you are heading westbound here on the outbound side of the George Washington Bridge, on the lower level there, once you make it into Jersey, you have a crash. That's taking out a lane as well. Obviously not causing major backups, but you're going to want to be a little extra careful. And that earlier stall on the Turnpike southbound Western Spur by exit 16W in the process of clearing out. Michael, back to you.
All right, Adele, thanks so much. 6:48. We will say good morning, though. Thank you so much for streaming with us. Thursday, August 14th, I'm Michael Gargiulo. Darlene Rodriguez has the morning off. Adelle Caballero is watching some slowdowns in Queens. And Trump Report's LaRosa here with a look at today's forecast. But now we look here, and this looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. We have plenty of dense fog out there this morning. That's kind of our weather issue out the door. There's a lot of that remnant humidity from all of those showers and storms. The good news, I don't have any severe weather to track this morning. The big picture showing that's the case. But a little bit of the patchy clouds, low clouds with that sun getting through. So sun and clouds, it's going to be a warm one today, that's for sure. And so we could see a few showers and storms fire up again. So we have that risk. Not like yesterday, those ingredients aren't in place again, so not as widespread. Any that do develop could put down some quick heavy rainfall. Otherwise, again, it's just really warm and humid still. 85 degrees by 1 o'clock. We'll hit 88, but feels like temperatures will be in the low 90s. Keep the umbrella handy just in case. Otherwise, once we get past the late evening, skies are going to try and clear, at least be fair, and we'll see those temperatures hold mild into the low to mid 70s. All right, let's see how things are shaping up out the door. Adele, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning to everyone streaming with us. Definitely tracking a few issues and delays out there. Obviously, Queens, expect to see some slowdowns, especially on the LIE, Grand Central, and the Belt. Staten Island Railway, we've got a schedule changes here on certain trains running from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. So double check those timetables as you head out the door. Lincoln Tunnel inbound still delay free. Once you make it into New York, though, 41st Street between 8th and 9th Avenues, you've got one lane closed off for emergency Con Ed work. Michael, back to you.
Thank you very much for developing the team with Maria. See how this Thursday's turning out.
Yeah, we're looking a little better than Wednesday evening, right? We had all the showers and the thunderstorms, so pretty quiet on the radar for now. There is a slight chance for a few storms again today, but we get some quieter weather tomorrow into Saturday as temperatures take a little bit of a dip. But I've got more heat, at least for a little bit, before we can talk about an extended pleasant period. Yeah, we got one of those in the 10-day forecast.
Maria, thank you.
If you're getting an early start on that weekend getaway further east here, Montauk Highway, both ways completely shut down because of some downed wires over by Sag Harbor Turnpike. Expect to see delays through the area. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to let you know what else is going to slow you down throughout your day. Here's a live look outside right now, though, onto the Gowanus Expressway through Industry City. You're watching Today in New York.
Let's check in with Maria once again, see how our day is turning out. Maria.
Yeah, looking good, right? Brighter skies. We don't have any severe weather to track for this morning. There could be a few thunderstorms later. I'll show you that in a second. And on top of all of that humidity, we have a good amount of dense fog out there too. So that's our main weather issue in the short term. As we get into the afternoon, once again, the heat and humidity combination making it pretty uncomfortable out there. It'll feel like 93 through 3 p.m. after we hit that high of 88 degrees. We'll stay in the mid 80s through this evening. And there, again, a chance for a spotty shower too. I think this is kind of a good visual of what we mean by spotty, that rain accumulation for today. Kind of focused if you draw a line of I-95 south and east. So the Jersey Shore, if you're making it a beach day there, we could be looking at some showers that you may have to duck inside and as the lightning and thunder goes on. But after, say, 7, 8 p.m., the sun's going down, we lose the power and we kind of reset for tomorrow morning looking pretty good. Now, as far as the humidity goes, yes, this boundary will be just enough to take some of it out for tomorrow, slightly more bearable, but we're right back to hot and humid on Sunday, up near 90 degrees, the humidity's back again, and this front will be enough to finally really nicely knock out some of that humidity and lower our temperatures into next week. It may also help guide this tropical system. Tropical Storm Erin, the latest advisory, 50-mile-per-hour maximum wind, still forecast to be our next hurricane, forecast still to be a major hurricane by early on Sunday, and still forecast, if you draw the center of the cone, that center line of the storm, still out for Puerto Rico, but as we always talk about there, the storms have outlying effects, and so we'll keep an eye on that. And for now, with it being guided away from the East Coast, we'll keep our fingers crossed for any effects here. Of course, kind of the only game in town through the Gulf, there is an area that could develop, but on the low end as far as chances go. So closer home, it certainly feels tropical, right? A lot of humidity, 88 degrees. It'll feel like the low 90s, and a spotty shower or two, so grab the umbrella. Won't need it tonight, down to 73 degrees. Won't need it tomorrow. Looks good, 85, slightly lower humidity, but it's back on Sunday. And I'm going to talk about that nice stretch of some comfortable summer weather. That's what we have into next week, with highs generally in the low 80s. All right, let's get an update on the commute. Adele, what's the latest?
Latest is we definitely are dealing with some slowdowns and closures out there. One of those areas being the Throgs Neck Bridge heading down into Queens. It's going to be a tight ride here across the span. That's because of some construction closing down a lane there. You've got the Whitestone Bridge as your alternate. You are going to be tapping on the brakes, but definitely a much better ride for you. Once you make your way into Queens, Cross Island Parkway southbound over by exit 30 for the LIE, an accident blocks a lane here. Solid ride through the area. Again, Clearview Expressway, your way around it. And heading inbound at the Lincoln Tunnel here, delays are starting to trickle in, but once you make it into New York, that's where you're really going to want to watch out. 41st Street between 8th Avenue and 9th Avenue. You've got one lane closed off until further notice for emergency Con Ed work. Alternate side parking rules in effect for today. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you so much. Mamma mia, back. Good morning, everybody. 6 a.m. right now on this Thursday, August 14th. I'm Michael Gargiulo. Darlene Rodriguez has this morning off. Adelle Caballero watching several issues on the roads right now. Jumping Force LaRosa here with today's forecast. So it's kind of nice behind us, but then when we're looking south, it was a different story.
We have some low clouds and like a lot of humidity. It's like, you know, where the ground is just coated in a layer of
there you see it, Hudson Yards.
There you go. But we don't have the severe weather or leftovers from the severe weather in terms of anything tracking this morning. So the radar is quiet. Now the satellite, you see a lot of the patchy gray. That's a lot of low clouds. 73 muggy degrees out there right now. And with all of that humidity from yesterday's rain, light winds, quite a bit of patchy dense fog from Orange County to Sussex County, in and around Morris County too. Visibility at times maybe about a quarter mile. We'll keep an eye on other zones, but that may be something you're driving in and out of today. Otherwise, we're trying to get those brightening skies, and all of that humidity sticks around. We're not getting rid of that. So by noontime, 84 degrees, it'll start to feel like the low 90s as we head up toward 88 this afternoon. Once again, I would grab that umbrella just in case on your way out the door, as we have a slight chance for some showers and storms today. Otherwise, once those move past, it's clearing out for tonight. All right, 6:01 right now. Let's see how clear that commute is so far. Adele, good morning.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning to all of our viewers heading out the door right now on the Turnpike southbound Western Spur. Just past exit 16W, we have a stalled car taking out a lane. We're already starting to see delays build through the area there. We'll keep you posted on that, of course. And then we are still watching construction here on the northbound inner roadway. All lanes remain shut down from the Molly Pitcher service area, heading all the way up to exit 14. Also keep in mind, alternate side parking rules and meter rules are in effect for today. Michael, back to you.
Adele, thank you very much. Developing now.